Hey Trey, how you doing? Let's go ahead and kick things off here. Thank you for your post. And right now I'm just looking for, oh, there we go, right there. Yes, thanks for kicking things off here. And let's go ahead and take a look. It's got Michael Beirut. That's absolutely one of the biggest names in the field. I went to design school with him, actually, by the way, at the University of Cincinnati School of Design, Art, and Architecture. Back in the 80s. So I believe he was a year in front of me. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Again, one of the most talented and unique and most intelligent designers that this industry has ever seen. So that's really a fantastic choice for you. Let's go ahead and jump right over to the presentation, shall we? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So one of the things I think you should be careful of for your final submission is the actual work that you have chosen. So there's a few pieces here that weren't actually designed by Beirut, but however, the way they're compiled in your work, it almost looks like that you're including them in his work. So, for example, this piece right here, this is just a photograph of. I don't think this is a Michael Beirut piece. I think this was a piece that was accompanied in an actual article about using sketchbooks and notebooks. So again, that is not a Michael Beirut piece. This is definitely Saks Fifth Ave. That's some of his more well-known work, as well as this. Cathedral Church of St. John, Thou Shalt Not Poop. I love this series. It's really good stuff. So that's a great one. That's a Michael Beirut piece. This is, but this is not. Um, these both are. This one, that's not a Michael Beirut piece. So that is a illustration that I think was accompanied in an article regarding Michael Beirut's article on typeface design and fonts. So you want to check that. This is not a Michael Beirut piece. This was a piece that was I believe this was a poster for an event um, uh, regarding the logo effect. It was a presentation given by Beirut, but that's not Michael Beirut work. This one is. So you definitely want to go through and make sure that what you're showing to represent Michael Beirut is indeed his work. Also, I think that I would recommend this. I think that right now, I think a lot of the work is being covered up by the credits. So right here, try to give a really good shot of these, and then we can just save the credits for, like, let me give you a better example. This one right here. So it's being covered up by the credits right here. So you could even save the credits for the last page, give the example, and give your reactions to the example, and then you could save the credits for either the bottom of the page like this or the back page. But I wouldn't place credits over the work. Um, and then so yeah, you definitely need to get between 10 and 15 um, examples. And then also presentation wise, let's go ahead and take a look. So you've got this started out with a quote. This is just placement though. I would go ahead and design the presentation cover. Go ahead and design it, then move into your second page. So your quote page. You can even design the quote page instead of just placing the quote. You could design the quote page. Now your pages that have type. Now let's take a look at design and layout for this page. So this page, your type, I think, is really large in comparison to the leading of this typeset right here. The leading is really tight. So these type lines are right on top of each other, and that creates a very dense typographic presentation. I recommend increasing the leading associated with this particular paragraph and decreasing the actual font size. Also, remember, in graphic design, there's only one space after periods. It looks like you're adding two spaces. You definitely want to add only one space after periods. Um, the character count here is also very long. Remember, optimal character count is anywhere between 49 and 70 characters. That includes punctuation and spaces. In this particular case, you're pushing over 100 characters in some areas, or nearing 100 characters. That's a definite indication that you may want to change this into a two-column um, type spread. Okay, and we see the same thing with the other areas that include type. This one doesn't, the leading, it's interesting because this leading here is different than this leading here. This is a lot looser. But right now, I still think the leading compared to the type sizes, so that relationship's a little bit off. Again, I recommend here to reduce the type size a little bit and consider moving to 2 columns of type. I think that's all you have as far as your written selection. So, all right, so good job again. Thanks for kicking things off. And I would like to see those changes and those issues being addressed in your final submission due at the end of the week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you need any clarification on anything that I've covered in this video, please don't hesitate to let me know. And if you need any ideas or need help compiling the final composition, please let me know. All right, thanks for kicking things off, Trey.